We give thanks for this moment in time for us coming together for this Sunday fellowship and meditation, giving thanks for all who have joined live and who's watching this as a replay. Um, I had jumped right in, spirit was moving, words was coming, so I was letting them go. So I jumped in and said, let me press record. So greetings, greetings. And we speak that this session will be powerful for us, that the exact words that need to be said to encourage us, to inspire us, to invoke purification of the heart and the mind will be said today, and that we're able to receive it holistically. Amen. Ashe. Amen. All right. So, as I was saying, all that's on my mind these days is, what does this life look like? And what is required of us to be in alignment with the present time as spiritual beings having a spiritual experience versus spiritual beings having a human experience. We have always been spiritual beings having a spiritual experience, but there is a level of awakening that's happening right now where we're beginning to realize, without a lot of intellect, without a lot of people telling us, without being pushed without anything being pushed on us or anything, it is a great awakening happening right now with everybody. This is why you're starting to see everybody is a tarot reader. Everybody is a spiritual guru. Everybody is, before you didn't see all of this. Now you go on Instagram, Facebook, the news. I think they had a astrologist on Good Day America, something like, I don't know, one of them mainstream ones. I was like, wow, this is a sign of the times. Great awakening happening right now. But typical of the Western part of the Western way of doing things, part of the West, I can't say holistically, I won't denounce its polarities, but part of the way of the Western way of doing things is commercializing everything, materializing everything, trying to pigeonhole and own and possess everything. So this spiritual awakening that's happening has been, in a sense, turned into some way to commercialize it, to materialize it, to gain from it, to make it something that is not. So I want us to really be aware and be careful not to get distracted and caught up. Now that this is an age of information, there was a reason why a lot of the spiritual systems a lot of the teachings of the spiritual systems were kept secret, and you had to be initiated into these systems. And that initiation typically started at birth, like from childhood, it started there. It's a reason why, because it was taken as a foundation. And oftentimes now, in the here and the now, individuals are not taking it as foundation. They're taking this information that you're getting about spiritual systems, spiritual understandings, higher knowledge, and you're stacking it on some things that need to be released. So it's being mixed with kind of miseducation and, old ways of thinking, things that you needed to be deprogrammed from. You're kind of stacking it on top of it. And so it could be confusing. It can make you feel lost. It can make you feel like it's just too hard to understand. It's too much to get. I'm so lost. I can't find myself. So I just want to caution us. I'm just giving you the message that's been given me this morning. I didn't plan on coming here talking about this. Y'all know I always say that. I was actually reflecting all morning, like, what am I going to come with today? What am I going to come with today? So here it is. Give thanks that I didn't have to conjure up nothing, because I don't like to conjure up anything. I like for it to just flow out. But these are the things that my heart desires to inspire us to reflect upon. And one for sure is the sometimes the tendency to feel confused because you are really finding yourself distracted and you're really chasing after something. Oftentimes you're chasing after peace, you're chasing after joy, maybe you're chasing after your abundance, whatever you're chasing after, but it can lead you down a road of doing too much. Because this is more of a time of being more than doing. Okay? You know, I've seen journeys where, you know, it's here, it's there, it's over there, and it's over here, and it's over here. There was a time where that kind of journey was appropriate, this whole spiritualism journey, you know, becoming a spiritualist. We saw that happening, you know, within the last 5 to 10 years, where a lot of people start questioning their religion. A lot of people start questioning dogma. And so, you know, the search begins. And then on that search, yes, you may have a hijab on one day, and the next day you got on, you know, you got on your lekes, and the next day you may have them all on at one time. Who knows? I don't know. You know, like you may be meditating, going in the mountains, doing ayahuasca, coming over with a gemstone. I mean, I've seen it. I've seen journeys go in that route, and I get it. And by no means am I saying anything is wrong with it, because y'all know I don't believe in right and wrong. But I'm saying that you want to stay in your awareness. Here's the thing to be careful of. Don't seek from a place of lack. That's when you will find yourself confused. So don't seek from a place of, oh, I need to find my peace. I need to find my joy. And you may say, well, I don't understand, Queen. Isn't that what gets us to start seeking? And I'm saying, yes, it is. But you have to be careful with that. Because whatever space you're coming from, remember, is law. We're talking about divine law here. Wherever you're coming from in your seeking, guess what you're going to find? That. So if you're feeling the lack of peace, as you seek for peace, the interesting thing is, if you're vibrating on the lack of peace, you're going to find the lack of peace. We got to understand, like, let's make sure we understand. So if you find yourself feeling compelled to seek, ground yourself first in the knowing that, okay, all is well, all is good, peace is already mine. I may not be aligned with it. That's where you want to come from. Get in a place of peace, of needing peace. Isn't that deep? Be at peace with wanting more peace, but be at peace though. Because if you're at peace in your seeking, if you feel grateful in your seeking for abundance, it's no problem with seeking for abundance and financial freedom and all of that. But seek it from a place of gratitude, not a place of desperation or self-pity or lack. Do we understand what we're saying here? If not, tell me to slow down. Tell me if I got to slow down, because I'm just flowing. But if you ground yourself first, you say, okay, my soul, my spirit, my heart is desiring a deeper level of peace, a more flowing level of abundance, a more detached experience of love. If you say that and you say, I'm at peace with where I am, because what I'm grateful for is the awareness of what my spirit is calling for, the awareness of what my soul is calling for. So I'm at peace. I'm grateful, and I am eager for more. That's a mantra that Abraham Hicks says. She says, I'm grateful for what is and eager for more. That's where you want to move from. She actually says, I'm satisfied with what is and eager for more, but I don't know if I can relate to that. I can relate to I'm grateful. I'm grateful for what is and I'm eager for more. This is saying I'm grateful for what is, and I acknowledge that I'm ever expanding. I am absolutely in love and appreciative for what is, and I also am aware that I am a limitless, expanding being. That's a different place of seeking. What we're finding is many are seeking from a place of broken. I feel so broken. And let me stop putting in that voice, because I don't want it to sound like I'm denouncing it or bringing it down the level, but I'm just saying this is the place. So oftentimes when people are attracted to OU ministries and they come for coaching or they come for services, I have to often say, well, you're doing just fine. Everything is all right. No, but I feel like I should be doing better. I know better. And it's like, you're doing just fine. Trust me, there are many who are spinning in a whirlwind of mess and are not nearly as aware as you are. So just remember that you are aware. You're listening. You feel spirit talking to you. That's a beautiful place to be in. This is the place that many find themselves in the Bible. They don't go hard on themselves. What they do is they find themselves in the mountain most times. The mountain metaphysically represents a place where you have transcended where you are and you have allowed yourself to raise your consciousness. So you remove yourself from the chatter of the world. You remove yourself even from the chatter of your own ego. This is what the mountain means in the Bible, metaphysically. Remember, the Bible teaches about states of consciousness. That's all these stories are talking about. So as you're reading scripture, it's talking about states of consciousness and the shifts in it and how it moves. Because how is our world and our experience formulated? Through our states of consciousness, through our mind, how we're thinking, through our thoughts, through our perceptions. So every story you read about, from Noah's Ark to David and Goliath, is talking about a journey of the state of consciousness. And so many stories depict where people are on this journey of whatever the Most High told them to do. Noah told to build a boat. Moses said, go and free the slaves. Yeah, I know you got to fight Pharaoh and there's a big old Red Sea and all of this type of stuff, but I told you what I need you to do, so I'm going to need you to do it and let me handle the rest. It's not like Moses was like, okay, God, I believe in you. And they had no doubts, no fears, no nothing. No. The slaves represent those thoughts and those perceptions and mindsets that's in your mind, in our minds. We possess the slaves. Slaves to the doubt, slaves to the fear, slaves to the appetites and the pleasures. And those are the slaves. And we got to free them and bring them to the land of the higher mindedness. It's not like you shouldn't have desires and appetites, but how can we raise them up? Everything has to be raised up towards God. How can I purify my desires? This is what I mean. So on your journey, you may feel the yearning for more. You may feel it, but try to release the yearning and accept that whatever you feel as a desire, whatever comes to you as a vision, as any kind of desire, look at it this way. It is a glimpse of what you really are. It's a little kind of tap on the shoulder to say, excuse me, this is you. I want to show you you. So this is what I want you to align with. I want to show you you so you can align with this. It feels tough because you're like, man, I really want this though. And it feels, but that's needed. It's a stirring up that's happening. If we can accept it as that instead of accepting it as a lack, it can change the way we think about it. I hope this is helpful because we're ever expanding. We're ever expanding. We are limitless beings, literally. But when the tree is in the wintertime and the leaves ain't there and spring ain't come yet, the tree ain't like, oh man, I just wish I had my leaves, and man, oh God, I had them before and now they're gone and they just keep on going and I don't know when it's gonna come and am I gonna ever get it, and I should just stop being a tree and I should just give up. That's not the tree. The difference between us and the animals and trees and nature is we have this conscious mind. We have these senses. But that's why we have to go through process of regeneration. And this is also why it's so helpful to go spend time in nature with our brothers and sisters, the trees and the insects and the animals and stuff, so that we can learn from them. You know, we can look at that worm with that, I mean, that bird with that mouthful of worms and just be like, bro, you real chill right now. And you always got them worms. And I see how you just came out that tree, bro. And you just kind of stood there. And every time you peck, you get that worm. So I think maybe I need to be like you. I just need to be in the place and then follow the guidance, and I'm going to find my worm. This is why when you connect with nature, it elevates you. So it's not just a feel good thing as this society has kind of made it. This is why when you go on a vacation and you go to the beach or you go in the mountains, you come back ready. You come back inspired. You come back, you have connected. You ain't did nothing you ain't went and took a seminar and did this. And then you just sat by the water. It cleaned you, it inspired you, it stirred you. Shoot, that's why sometimes people go on vacation and don't come back. They like, what am I doing with my life? Never mind, I quit. You know, it's like, that's why that happened too. That's why I tell people all the time, look, if you sick and tired of being sick, take an FMLA. If you could take an FMLA for a little, like, give me a month and then let's coach. Let's do a session once a week. Let's see if we can get you vibrationally ready for the next step. Because that's the only reason why you stuck anywhere. That's the only reason. Because you are not a vibrational match to what you really are. So let's do an FMLA. Go away if you can. Yes, take your sabbatical. Go away. Let's clean you up, you know, remind you of who you are, pump you up. I'm a real good cheerleader, y'all. Oh boy. But you got to stick with it though. Now people be mad at me like, Queen, I was just so hyped. Yeah, but then you got it and now you don't meditate, you don't go in nature, you don't do nothing, you just there. And what you thought was gonna happen? All them things that you released just crept right on back in. So you got to stay faithful in it. That which brings you there is what's going to keep you there. That's always. Same way with if the other way around in the polarity. If you had to force and fight to fix it, then once it's quote unquote fixed, you're going to have to do the same thing to keep it there. Force and fight. So that's why if it's a fight, I white flag. I give up. I surrender. Don't ever make me no soldier in your army because I surrender. I'm only a soldier in the army of the presence of God in me, my Lord. That's it. Because I'm going to surrender it all if I ever start getting resistance. Or no, I'm letting it go. I can't, Well, don't you think you should fight for it? No. There's nothing in nature that fights. It flows. There's nothing in nature that fights. Even when you see the animals hunting on their prey, they're not fighting. They are obeying what they're being led to do when they're about to get killed. They're obeying. They're not fighting that lion. They're obeying what they're supposed to do. Nothing in nature fights. It flows. Instinct. That's what they call it. Instinct. What's the first word that you hear in instinct? In. Everything is from the inside out in nature. That's natural. Intuition. Inner guided system. Inspiration. All of that is from the inside out. That's why motivation is different than inspiration. Motivation can go, it's fleeting. But inspiration, that's when you're gonna hang on. That's when you're gonna do what you have been inspired to do without being motivated, without feeling like you want to do it. Because sometimes, I don't know if you bear witness, sometimes what spirit is calling you to do, you don't feel like doing. You don't like it. Your ego be tried like a mug. Oh man, I've been down that journey. I be down that journey. Let me be clear. I be down that journey because this ego of mine, Lord, I come from a family of big egos. Listen, very big, okay? Like Goon status big. Okay, for real, for real. That's what's down my bloodline. Goons and warriors. So don't you disrespect me. I dare you just who you think you talking to? Oh, ooh, I have to. Lord, ease up, soldiers. Mm. But every time I don't do it, guess what happens? Shucks. I be like, I don't like it. And then I feel bad because I done just went from 0 to 100 and all type of stuff that's been said and done. And it just done went from nothing to ridiculous. I just can't do it. I don't want to do it to myself. So anywho, so I guess the message today is for us to make sure that we look at, let's remember, first of all, the message of the times is remember that we are, Tess, you heard what I said, nothing so ridiculous. That's why I try to tread the line, sis. Remember that we are being called to walk as spiritual beings having a spiritual experience versus spiritual beings having a human experience. This is not to denounce the human experience, to say the human experience is bad. It's just acknowledging that humanism is a part of it, but we are being charged to remember that we are walking this journey, treading this journey as spiritual beings having a spiritual experience, and we have the capacity to do that. And what that means is we are remembering that we are energetic, vibrational, divine, spiritual beings. Yeah, and all of them words, energetic, vibrational, divine, spiritual, all of them beings. Because energetic being, that's a category in itself. It's some acknowledgement and some understanding that you got to gain from understanding that you're an energetic being. That's very close to being vibrational being, but not absolutely the same, but vibrational being. And you have to understand what that means to be a vibrational being. That has something to do with you being watchful of your mouth, your thoughts, your emotions, your feelings. So that means you have not have to, it will behoove you, let me put it like that, to be aware and watchful of what you're looking at, what you're listening to, what you're talking about, where you find yourself, who you're around, where you all that. But going back to the energetic being, that's also, you have to see yourself as an energy conductor. So this means that what you eat, how you treat your body, this vessel and vortex of energy that you're in, how you care for that. It's like the battery. It's like the battery. How do you keep your battery charged? As an energetic being, how do you keep your battery charged? It's deeper than what this society has put around health, like, well, this, we getting a lot of information about, the sea veggies and the sea moss and the vitamins and the minerals and the juicing and the this and the that. It's like we see that and we're more so bound to the information for our physical being. Well, if I need to take the sea moss so I can be healthy, so my knees won't hurt, so I can lose weight, all that is good, but it's a deeper reason why we should be taking care of ourselves in a certain kind of way. It's a way deeper reason. And it's not just for the physical. It's because when you indulge in these natural, healthy practices, your consciousness is able to raise. Your connection with spirit is able to increase. Because as living beings, if you're constantly only ingesting and taking part in dead things, then you're not giving yourself life force energy. The things in nature that doesn't have these senses and this conscious mind, they constantly are connected to life force energy. It's all they eat. They're not connected to processed, unliving things. We are, though. And so, as energetic beings, then it's a deeper reason why we strive to be as healthy as we can. This is the conversation about health. So in this new age, this is how we should approach the conversation about health. Not, do I need to lose weight? Do I want my skin to look better? Do I want to look, okay, all that is good. Trust me. Yeah. I like to look cute and I like that my skin glows and I like all that. Give thanks. I'm not denouncing it. But I'm saying that's just a fragrance of the deeper thing that's happening as I commit to, as best as I can, a healthy life. Because when you do, then you drop the emotional weight that a lot of these unhealthy habits is connected to. You're connected with a vital life force energy that is going to clean up some of the addictions and appetites that you have. So that's as energetic being, not just taking care of the temple either, but taking care of the spirit, taking care of the heart. That's the energetic being. So consciously opening up the chakras. One of the easiest ways, the breath. Constantly. When you wake up, before you go to bed, breathing, taking advantage of that breath, moving the body, stretching the body, opening up those portals in the body that have become stagnant and tight. Now, vibrational beings, again, watching your mouth, watching your thoughts, directing those words, directing those thoughts. In order for you to do that, you have to be programmed with the right language. It's like coding in the technology field. However, it's code, that's what it's going to produce. But do you have the coding? Or do you have that deficit language that a lot of our parents embedded in us? Like, Queen, you done said this, you done said something about these parents. I love our parents. They did the best that they could. And it's not to say all they did was wrong. But depending upon the generation, their language was a deficit language. That's why many of us subtly plan for the worst case scenario instead of the best case. It's a subtle thing. It didn't come from nowhere. It's the programming, it's the coding. But we the one who wanted to be alive at this time. We being called now to just change up that programming. Or you can keep it the same. But it's going to take a little work, but the blessing and the blissfulness in it, oh my goodness, I want to experience it. I mean, why else are we really here, So it ain't that difficult. It just take a little discipline, which has been one of the most difficult things for us, is discipline, because of these conveniences. And society is created to help us to not be disciplined. Many conveniences. It went from the microwave to Uber Eats. Lord help us all. Gracious. It's just rough. It went from the TV to every device that you have can now be the TV. You can have a TV in your pocket. Lord help us. We think scrolling is that scrolling. No, you want TV all day. I ain't got no TV in my house. You got a TV in your pocket. Let's not front. I don't watch TV. You do. You do. Because TV is just tell lie visions. And that's what you're seeing every time that you go on to all these social media channels and all these. It's the telling of lies and giving you falseful visions. Okay. Somebody got to say it, y'all. I'm not here saying I'm not even going to get that disclaimer. I'm going to stop giving that disclaimer. I just want you to know that, because what I hear all the time is, Queen, it's easier said than done. I don't have a voice in that argument, because I'm not necessarily looking for, is it easy or hard? I'm just going to strive to do it. That's all. So never am I saying it's easy, y'all, it's easy. So I just want y'all to know that. And I want y'all to know, just because the Most High has compelled me to walk as a teacher, as a speaker, as a whatever we want to call it, doesn't mean that I'm not on the same journey with you. I'm right here with you. I'm right here with you. Okay? I'm right here with you. I'm just grateful for awareness. I'm in a space of gratitude about it. So you're not going to hear me like, oh, y'all, I'm not going to talk about it in a gloom and doom way, because I'm in a space of gratitude about it. Because what I know is awareness is key, and we have the key. We have the awareness, or else you wouldn't even be here online this morning. Awareness is key, so we have the key. Once the awareness is there, now all we have to do is just kick in just a mustard seed size of will, effort. Matter of fact, you ain't even got to do nothing. Let me tell you something. Food has for a long time in my life been my companion. Okay? This is a testimony I want to give you about just effort. So since I can remember any kind of awareness of my body, I've always had what this society call a weight issue. Always. Like, it's just since I went vegetarian at 12. Not because I heard about how healthy it is and all of that, but because I had this insecurity about my weight. But that's because my mama was a good cook. My grandma was a good cook. My auntie was a good cook. And when we were happy, we ate. And when we were sad, we ate. And when we were grieving, we ate. My mama was the one that'll pop a cinnamon roll in the oven and pop some cheese on top of that thing and sit you down with it. Yeah, I ain't playing with you. That was my mama. And then she'll put some pecans on a roasting plate and sprinkle some honey and some cinnamon on it to go with it. That was my mama, okay? I'm just telling you the testimony. She was the one, if you said you liked it, she gonna make a special pan for you. That was her love language, was to cook for you. And then she got joy from watching you eating it. Is it good? It's nice, huh? Is it? That was our life. That was my mom. That was our world. Family reunion was cooking competitions, and we all could throw down. That was how we were. So when it came to Spirit really on me about wellness and going all of this, like, I can't eat this and that, I grieved. It was a grieving going on. And it was difficult. No matter how much I tried, no matter how much I really made an effort, it was very difficult. So you know what I did? I started praying about it and scripting about it. And I stopped trying. I'm not gonna lie to you. I stopped trying. I will make a little effort, but I stopped trying. But I was earnest in my prayers. Like, man, God, this cupcake is amazing right now. But everything in me is saying, I want to not want this cupcake, but I'm about to eat this cupcake and I'm enjoying it. But I'm going to pray that please take this appetite away for this nice, buttery, moist, delicious cupcake. Take the appetite away. So I just kept praying on that thing. Take the appetite away. And I'm telling y'all, before I looked up, the appetite, the yearning, all of that was gone. This was without doing a parasite cleanse and going in the mountain for 60 days and doing 10 colonics and all of this to correct this and correct that. And I'm not saying that stuff don't work and that it may not need that, but I'm saying that I really had an earnest desire for that appetite to be taken away. I also had an earnest desire not to feel like I was missing out, like I'm just always on a diet. I got sick of it. So I really started praying about it. And that's just one of my testimonies about putting it in my prayers and not, trying to do it myself, trying to go off of my own human will. I'm just going to put it in my prayers because it's spirit that's leading me to not want it. It's spirit that's leading me to be healthy. It's spirit that's leading me on this natural, holistic, naturopathic journey. So I'm going to let spirit do it. So spirit, you're going to have to do it for me because I don't know what to tell you because I like it. And I bear witness, it just totally, I had the sweetest tooth, the sweet tooth. It's like all my back teeth were sweet tooth. I don't know, all my teeth were sweet teeth because that's all I like. I wanted everything needed to have something sweet to it, but it was taken away from me. Seriously, I was delivered from that. And so because I witnessed that, I'm now on my journey. I know what to do when I'm experiencing things that I know is not in alignment and I'm having a hard time with it. Paige, don't laugh at me. Paige said, I don't know if I'm ready to give up the cookies. You're probably not, sis, but if you really want to give them up, put it in your prayers. It'll be all right. You ain't going to miss it. I'm telling you. I'm going to bring my cravings to create a large business to spirit. What happened? I'm going to bring my craving to create a large. Say that again, sis. Say that again, sis. No, but listen, I didn't want to miss it. I didn't want to feel deprived. I didn't want to feel like I'm on a diet. And so now when people around me and they're eating that stuff and they be like, Queen, I know, don't even look. I'm like, girl, don't bother. I'm looking at you like, oh, you enjoying it? Enjoy it, girl. Because I come from a culture where I like that you enjoy it. Tell me how it tastes. Is it crunchy enough? Did they fry? They're like, hey, you want some? No, I don't want none. I don't really have no, but I enjoy you enjoying it. Like, I enjoy that you enjoyed it. So I ain't on that tip where I'm like battling against the sugar, battling against the meat. I'm not in that. That's not, and this goes back to my point. When you're on a journey of wellness and seeking, don't go at it from a place of battling and resisting and, oh, I'm just trying to get, no, just look, whatever it is that spirit is leading you to move away from, whether it's sex, food, doubt, whatever it is, don't go from a place of like running from it or resisting it. And I'm not telling you to just go out there and just be a thought. I'm just saying, I'm saying like, don't be like, I don't know. People just go from this place of like heavy condemnation to try to seek something different, but you can't come from that place and seek something different. This is why people are always on this roller coaster of, although they try their best to be righteous, they're actually not. Like they'll talk the talk, but you don't see it. You don't feel it in their vibration because really, they really want it, and they mad that they feel convicted in having it. And so they trying to use their own will to suppress themselves instead of really giving it up. Because when you in that kind of space, you don't judge. You're not from a place of judgment. I'm not seeing somebody else eating non-vegan food and now I'm mad at them and I start treating them some kind of way. I can't even talk to people who not vegan. Huh? Like that don't even sound right. Because I have been there. Like I know what it is. So I'm empathetic instead. This is the new walk. All of this conversation I'm having is conversation we have to have, not have to have, but will benefit us from having and thinking about, because we are being called to move from that human existence to spiritual beings. And the human existence is very judgmental, possessive, condemning, that's word, fearful, impatient, all of that. In the spiritual way of walking, it's having the same type of journey, but you're experiencing it differently. So now you're not running from everything. You're giving thanks for where you are, but allowing you to be moved to a different space. So it's not you condemning yourself, going hard on yourself. Oh, I need to seek Jesus because I'm just such a bad person. That's a human way of doing it. It's you saying, listen, I see where I am and I see where spirit is trying to move me. And so I'm just going to exercise what I know as a spiritual being, my prayers, renunciation, affirmation, meditation, my earnest speaking, affirming things into my life. And I'm going to prepare myself to unfold in this that spirit is leading me to. I don't have to chase it. I don't have to try too hard. I don't have to pay for it. I don't have to have nobody over me, judging me and trying to keep me in some dogmatic system. I don't need all of that. I'm going to just stay over here in my understanding and my knowledge, and I'm going to allow it to unfold. This is truly surrender, y'all. And this is the story of Jesus dying on the cross. It's totally dying to that human self and raising up to a spiritual space. So I'm not here bound in this physical body with these physical appetites and these senses. I'm not bound by that. I'm going beyond what these senses has me stimulated by, and I'm going to stay in a higher minded space. So now I could go on and on this topic because I told y'all that's all I think about right now. So I won't. But what I'm going to say before we begin to shift into the meditation is, in this type of space that we're being called to be shifted into, you're not going to always see it like that in the physical form. That's a difficult thing for us. Because when we get that spark of inspiration and that quickening, we be so inspired and so captivated by that new, fresh energy that we expect to see something different. And you will, but I'm telling you, it's not going to always be in the timing that you want it, or even in the vision that you like, how you think it should look like. So we're called to go beyond what we see. So that means if the spirit is telling you to reconcile your relationship with your mother, your father, people from your past, if it keeps coming into your consciousness, but all you've ever experienced with them is strife and strain and all this type of stuff, but spirit keep putting it on your spirit, you need to be obedient, put it in your prayers, and allow yourself to be guided in how to do it and be obedient. And not be like, well, I know how they are. They're not going to listen to me. You got to stop that egoic mind. That also means if spirit is leading you to shift when it comes to how you spend your energy, your job, your career, your business, or anything like that, that means be obedient. Be obedient and ask, all right, I'm open to the guidance and how to do that. And then when you're inspired, you need to do. And guess what you're going to have to shut that ego up on? Well, how I'm going to do that? Well, where that's going to come from and what I'm going to do? Oh, Lord, please tell the ego to hush. You got to have talks with the ego. Because the ego will quickly, I'm talking about almost immediately when you inspired, start to jump up on it. Because we're used to that egoic mind, i.e., left brain, logical reasoning mind, jumping in, kicking in to try to figure it all out and control it. That's what we're used to. But the Christ consciousness, the divine man, stays in the center of the left and the right brain. You got the left and right, you got the left brain, logic, reason. You got the right brain, creativity, and all of these different type of things. You stay in the middle. And then the spirit can lead and guide you right there in the middle. So now that left and right jump in. So now you're under the guidance of spirit and creativity. And you got that logic and reason that is serving spirit and creativity. Lord help us. It's the science to it, but we can figure it out. Ain't that difficult, y'all? We just gotta stop trying to control stuff. That's the main thing. We gotta chill out. Just take a deep breath. Relax. The spirit ain't even told you to do nothing yet, and you stressing out. Spirit just give you a notion that you need to start a business, and you just, how I'm gonna do this now, and why I gotta start all over again? And God, Like, oh my God. Like, Spirit didn't even say it was going to be that difficult this time. Maybe when you started that first business, you was doing it from ego. You're doing it from spirit now. So let God show you something. Like, relax. Spirit tell you to open your heart and get in a relationship and all that. Oh, I don't know if okay, hold on. Because you was doing it from ego. Now you're doing it from spirit. So it's going to be a whole different experience now. Bank on that. A whole different experience. But what I'm saying that in this transition, you gon' have to talk that ego down. Our Baba Muji say, don't give it no room. Well, Queen, that means I'm gonna be talking to my ego all day. I be doing it all day too. Don't be bad. Don't feel no type of way every minute. Nope, we're not thinking like that. Nah, we're not even going that way. Matter of fact, let me just do something else. Let me go work out. Let me just go look at. I'm gonna just take my mind off of it because I can't even. Matter of fact, never mind. I'm just going to sleep. I'm gonna start all over again. I'm not even gonna deal with this. I'm going to sleep. That's your job. That's your job in this thing. I can understand Abraham Hicks when she says, for years we have, she says all the time, for years we have tried to convince you to be okay with being happy. And I know it's a hard job. But we wish for you to want happiness as much as we want to want happiness. So I understand that utterance now. It's like, listen, we talk about some magic here. You know what I mean? Like magic. I can bear witness. I'm telling you, if I start on my testimony, it's gonna just take hours. I said I already got somebody. We're gonna film. I got a intern who's she's a film student from NYU. We're putting together a whole production of the testimonies of glory. I'm telling you, because they say whatever you talking about as a teacher or a preacher, you're going to be called to live that thing out. And Lord, your sister is having to live that thing out. But I ain't going to say it's easy. I ain't going to say it's easy like that. But I'm definitely going to say it's worth it. It's worth it. It's worth it. The joy, the peace that surpasses understanding. So people say, you always got a smile on your face. Yeah. You want to know why? Do you know you come from a clot? Like, we come from whole clots. Like, I'm me from a clot. Are you kidding me? Like, isn't that something to be grateful for? No? Okay. Well, maybe have you ever seen a broccoli seed? Now, have you ever seen the broccoli plant? Like, isn't that kind of amazing? Like, I think that's kind of amazing. That'll help me smile. Like, if I'm going through whatever, I'm gonna just remember that broccoli seed. Or, y'all know I'm in the garden, so I be thinking about ants. You can mow the lawn and tear down a whole ant colony. That colony gonna be built up in the next, it don't even take a day. Like, if the ants are vibing from the same life force energy as me, surely these situations that I'm dealing with. So when it start getting tough, I just be like, well, guess my ant colony gonna be built somewhere else. It's like, I don't know, but I can let it go because I'm able to see, especially my little friend who be out here with his mouth full of worms all the time. I don't know if it's the same bird, but in my mind, it's the same bird. I feel like he be showing off, but I love it. I'd be like, yes, look at you. You always got the worms. I think of him when I get stressed. My little friend with the mouth full of worms, and he just be chilling. I'm like, do you even have anybody to feed? Why are you always having the worms in your mouth? Like, what's really good? Like, or when I see, like, when I'm driving down the street and I see trees straight up growing out the middle of a median or something, like, whoa, like, you just was like, you can put a median there. I'm just gonna lean on over here and grow up that way. Like, those type of things keep a smile on my face. If only your bank account or that man or that woman or Supreme Health or whatever can keep a smile on your face, you already in trouble. you already in trouble. Because honestly, most of our money is digital, and digital can go away, Lord forbid, digital can go away and be non-accessible tomorrow. The value of the dollar can just be denounced overnight just because somebody governs it. Your spouse or whoever you attach to can be gone tomorrow. Then what? Your wellness could be challenged overnight. You can wake up and your arms are not moving. So what then? You know what I mean? So what then? So in order for us to really live as these infinite beings that we love to hear, we are infinite potentiality and dormant potential. In order for us to really live like that, our joy has to come from the understanding and acknowledgement and the dependent on that. And then when we get our spouses and these beautiful things, these big bank accounts and these nice houses, it's just the cherry on top. It's like, look at God in physical form. You just amazing, you know? But you don't have to try to possess that thing. You don't have to try to, like, you just like, you're a beautiful reflection of God. And then you go back, you source out, you go back to thinking and being grateful for the reality of God to even produce these things on the outer form that you're feeling on the inside. Ashe, give thanks for the word this morning. Woo! We all needed that word, didn't we? In my mind, we did. In my mind, we did. Clearly, because I don't even know where all that came from. But hey, it's here. Maybe it's the full moon. I don't know. Give thanks. Give thanks. Well, I be saying this Sunday meditation. So y'all want to do some meditation? I really be coming on here as my platform to preach, but no, I'm just kidding. I love the meditation part too. Because what is essential and what meditation is for is to concentrate and ponder upon these things or allow these things to unfold in your consciousness in various ways. That's the beautiful thing about meditation, is that as you meditate, you can allow your consciousness to link up with that, your inner being to link up with that. So we don't want just a good old time and then we get off. No, we want to connect inwardly with all that we're talking about. Okay. So then when we come off, we've become one with this. And so it's a different experience than in church when you get a good message and then in the parking lot, you cussing folks out. No, wait a minute. We don't want that. We want you get a good word and you become one with that word. And now you live it out in your experience. So every Sunday we can come, we can feel like we're growing and growing and growing and living. That's my prayer anyway. That's my intention and my prayer. So I give thanks. All right. Anybody got a word today? What's the word that you take away today? What is the word that you take away from this today? I think the word that I am, for me, myself, that I'm taking from this word today is that in order for us to truly be a spiritual being living a spiritual experience, we must accept all that comes with that. All that comes with it. And that knowledge. Say watchful. Key word for stories. Watchful. Give thanks. Telling your gratitude. Give thanks. Liberation in the flow. I love that. Allow. It's all good. I love that. I always say, if all is God and God is good, then all is good. If all is God and God is good, then all is good. So you hear people saying all the time, what's the mantra? God is good all the time, and all the time God is good. That's what they say. God is good all the time, and all the time God is good. Well, then why you acting like stuff bad then? So what bad come from then? Where that bad? What come from? Look at what is, not ego. What is, I love that. The capital I-S. Let's be clear. Let's be clear. My sister Crystal, stay in the flow. There's nothing in nature that resists. Flow. Even when you're mad, flow. You were saying something about the reoccurring thoughts and accepting them, but asking for how to deal with them. Can you elaborate on them? You were saying something about the reoccurring thoughts and accepting them, but asking for how to deal with them. Say that again. Say it the same way, but different way. Being in the mindset of gratitude while seeking. Yes, so important. So important. So important. Not seeking from a place of lack. So important. Subtle thing that we do. Subtle thing that we do. And I get it. I get it. Because sometimes it take that little, I'm tired of being sick and tired. Okay, but before you start, try not to be sick and tired. Relax and get to a grateful space. That's a good little feeling to be in because it's shifting you out of something, but don't move from there. Be still. Be still until you're able to lighten the heart, then do what you're inspired to do. Grateful for what is and eager for more. Love that. I think the theme of my life right now is really to be mindful of what I speak into my new reality. Speak from gratitude and not lag. Ashe. And look up the etymology and the metaphysical meaning of new, sis. So you can know what you're really saying, what spirit is really voicing through you when you say new reality. Look up the etymology and the metaphysical meaning of new. So you can really see what spirit is really telling you as you take this as your word. Just want to say that. Because if all is one, then the notion of old and new is not valid. However, there is a deeper meaning to the word new and old. So I want you to just connect with that. I want to make sure you connect with that. Recurring thoughts, reoccurring and accepting them, but asking for how to deal with them. I think I know what you're asking, but I want to make sure. I want to answer this before we go into our meditation. I think it's a good question. Saying something about reoccurring thoughts and accepting them, but asking for how to deal with them. It is the accepting part is literally accepting. It's like I see where I am. So it's just you really being with yourself and saying to self, which essentially is you talking to God, okay? Saying to self, look, I know where I am. I know where I am, but I also realize where spirit is leading me to go because I don't like where I am. So that means I know spirit I'm on a journey to elevate. I know I'm always on a journey to elevate. At that point, I don't ask for how do I deal with these thoughts. I just speak a light heart. May my heart be light in the process of these thoughts, these mindsets being released. May my heart be light. And may I be able to hear the guidance, and see the direction that I'm being pointed and be obedient. Because that's really the biggest issue. Folks come in here like, I need an eating plan, and I need this and I need that. I'm like, you don't need nothing, but you need to sit down and listen to what spirit already been telling you. Because you can tell me better than I can tell you. God calling you, right? I wasn't on the conference call. You tell me what eating plan you're supposed to be on. Well, you're right. I have been saying I need to kick that, this, and that. I'm like, okay, well, there you go. I don't know what else you want me to tell you, because what I'm not gonna do is take your money and you just want me to regurgitate what you already done seen on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, this. You done already seen it, you done already heard it. But what I am gonna do, I'm gonna allow you to bless this ministry with your money, and I'm gonna encourage you to listen to spirit. And then identify why you're not being obedient. And then once we identify that, now I'm going to try to invoke some inspiration for you to be stronger than you are being. Spiritually strong. Spiritually strong means you have the ability to govern your thoughts and your feelings and act accordingly. That's spiritual strength. So I'm going to encourage you to get up on your spiritual strength. Okay, and stop being weak, because spirit is telling you there's a better life for you. That is better life that I want you to live. So govern your feelings and your thoughts and act accordingly, my dear. I don't have a magic pill or any kind of magic anything. I don't got nothing for you. I talk about the same thing all the time. I don't go a different way. Talk about the same thing. And so with these reoccurring thoughts, it's just accepting that you have a meaning. Don't go hard on yourself and don't ignore it. Stop ignoring it. Notice that you're having these same things, these same mindsets that may not be in alignment with your elevation or whatnot. But then your prayer and what you're speaking into existence is a light heart, a clear mind, open ears, open your inner ears are open, your inner eyes are open, and you're able to be obedient and not dismiss what spirit is telling you to do. So you're maybe praying for courage and you're maybe praying for strength and praying for that's where it's not asking what to do. That's an excellent question, because on a spiritual journey, many think that guidance is asking what to do, like go and do something. It's not always that. It's really mostly how to be. Be humble, be submissive, be still, be obedient. It might have some things to do, like change up your diet, do this, do that, but it comes subtly. It's something that keep coming to your head. Stop talking to that person. Stop having these type of conversations with your mother. Stop having, like, it comes, and sometimes it comes as anger and you're not listening because you're just mad and your ego is in it. But really subtly, the essence of it is, I didn't tell you to talk about this conversation. I didn't tell you to have this conversation with your mother, but you seeking validation or something else. But that's ego though. So stop doing that. All right. Y'all done got me on a whole nother tangent. I can't do it. It's 12:20. Y'all gonna have me here to 2, 3 o'clock. I'm supposed to be opening the doors of the stove. Okay. We got to meditate and go. All right. Did I answer the question though? You were saying that God will send you reoccurring. Okay. Did I answer the question though? I pray I did. I pray I did. Katie said, I've been on a conference call with, okay, give thanks with God. Love that phrase. Okay. Yeah, girl. God don't be calling me when God call you. It be you and God. Because guess what? You and God is you and you. That's what the presence of God is in you. It's like right there. It ain't in me. It's in me, but it's for me. It's for me like that. And it's one mine, but the presence of God is in me. It's in you. It's in, y'all got that personal conversation. Although God is not personal, you have a personal relationship with God. So remember that. All right, y'all ready for some meditation? I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. I desire to set the intentions for this meditation for us to release the idea that we are human beings and become one with the reality that we are spiritual beings able to have a human experience. We are spiritual beings. I also desire that in this meditation, we can realize that as we are in this human journey, that we can transcend the human experience and live a spiritual experience. So as we elevate in this meditation, may our heart lighten, may we release all the chains and bondages to this physical world, and may we be able to elevate in mind, elevate in heart, elevate in spirit, elevate in soul, to be able to create an environment to live this spiritual experience. This is my desire for this meditation. I speak that is already so. Shay. All right. So let's get into a comfortable position. Y'all know the drill. You don't have to see me, but you do need to hear me. Prepare yourself to let go. Totally release your connection to the body and this world. And allow your consciousness to raise into a place where you feel totally light. This is surrender. This is submission. And there is nothing to fear in this space. There is nothing to grieve, because truly, as we remember our light being, we reconnect with our infinite, most expansive way of being. And so the peace, the abundance, the joy, forgiveness, all of these things we seek, we become one with it. This is our place of being. But we must be light. So let's start with the breath. Just taking deep breaths in through the nose, deep and slow breath, slowing the breath all the way down. And exhale through the nose. Let's keep the inhale and exhale through the nose for now. Slowing that inhale down as much as possible. And slowing that exhale down as much as possible, exhaling slowly and completely, all the way out. As you inhale, allowing the chest to expand, opening the heart. This is your center. As you exhale, feel the body release. Release the tension in the shoulders, the arms, the legs, relax. Continue to inhale into that heart space, that chest space, opening up any stagnant energy. Exhaling slowly and completely, allowing every part of your body to relax. Release the thoughts, empty the mind. If you find that difficult, just focus on the breath and the body. Noticing how every part of you expands as your heart expands, and every part of you relaxes as you exhale. As you inhale, inhale as much as you can. When you get to that place where you feel like you can't inhale anymore, inhale more. And on your next few inhales and exhales, hold the breath for a few seconds before you exhale. Inhaling in deeply, hold the breath, and exhale. Taking your time to fully relax. Holding that breath for a few minutes, few seconds before you exhale, and exhale completely. Relax. As you continue to relax and breathe slowly, releasing thought, releasing tension, allow the words that you're hearing to connect with the heart and become one with that which resonates with you. We come into this physical experience as a continuance of energy that was present before us, but not bound to that energy, and as limitless beings. with the dormant potentiality to expand endlessly. We come into this experience with unique desires, passions, tendencies. And these tendencies, desires, and passions have their polarities, one being the highest form of being, the other being the lowest. And we have the potential to live out either, our highest potential or the lowest. But we naturally reach towards the highest. And so as we grow, we are curious, we are imaginative, creative, expansive beings, always desiring more, always reaching higher. But what we accept in this moment is that that higher, that greatest level of ourselves, we already are that. And every time we have this desire or this inspiration, it's just a reminder of who we really are. And so in this moment, as you inhale and exhale, release any feelings of doubt or self-pity or condemnation of self. Allow yourself to accept that every part of your journey is purposeful, even the parts that you wish you did not experience. As you experience those things, they were the catalyst of change. As you experience what you don't want, you realize what you do want. And so give thanks in this moment as you continue to breathe and relax. Give thanks for awareness. Give thanks for the ability to hear and see the inner vision as it is revealed to you. And allow yourself to relax as you naturally calibrate with your highest self. Allow yourself to affirm that all that I desire, I already am. And everything that I need to unfold into that experience, I already have access to. Affirm that I am a powerful being. My thoughts become things. My mind becomes matter. So I affirm that I am a positive thinker. I think life affirming, life giving things. I speak life affirming, life giving words. So I speak that all is well. Everything is always working out for my good. My good includes my peace, my joy, my abundance, and everything, no matter how it seems, is working out for my good. As I stay steadfast in the knowing that I am a divine being, therefore, I have no need to fear, no need to doubt. So I release that in this moment. I open myself up for divine guidance, divine inspiration. I allow myself to obey it without the need for the hows, the whats, the whens, the where. And so I take the position of ease. I surrender right now as I continue to inhale, exhale, relax. I'm allowing myself to let go, knowing that I will be guided right on time, and that as I am inspired to do anything, every action that I take is covered by grace, so there's no need for me to control it. I'm relaxing into this experience as a spiritual being, knowing that the power is in my tongue, my thoughts, my hands, my prayers, my affirmations, my meditations. And as this powerful being, I walk in grace, poise, steadfast, of good courage, and above all things, I walk in gratitude. As we get ready to close, take a last 3 deep inhales through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Accepting these things as truth. We give thanks for this meditation this morning. We give thanks for awareness, for guidance, for divine word. We speak that this week will be miraculous by nature. And we give thanks in advance for the experience. Ashe. Amen. Amen. Namaste. Begin to come back to this present moment, maybe by wiggling your fingers and toes, giving yourself a little stretch. And we'll get ready to close with the word from Baba Muji. Give thanks. Thanks for the meditation. Ashe. All right. Let's close with a little word from Baba Muji. Thank you so much. I pray that meditation is resonant with you. I pray that you feel light. I pray that your heart feels open, that your mind feels clear as we get ready to close. All right. The book I'm reading from is White Fire by Muji. Some of you have the book, so the page number is 278, passage number 564. Where my numerologist at when I be spitting out these numbers? Every word has resonated today. Thank you, Queen. Give thanks. Give thanks. Page 278. You're welcome. Passage 564. Don't be too quick to interpret. Just keep quiet. My encouragement is never think anything is against you. Take everything as a blessing. Why should it be different? Just be quiet and observe. See how everything works out beautifully. We can't make this up. I just opened the book, y'all. I just opened the book. We can't make it up. I love when spirit moving. Let me run that back. Don't be too quick. The flow says to interpret. Don't be too quick to interpret. Just keep quiet. My encouragement is Never think anything is against you. Take everything as a blessing. Why should it be different? Just be quiet and observe. See how everything works out beautifully. Ashe. Give thanks. Woo! Nice word. Give thanks. Give thanks. If you enjoyed this time, share this with your friends, share this with your family. As you see, it's family friendly. I don't misbehave too much. It's family friendly. Um, so share the link, tell them they can tune in live on Sundays at 11 a.m. Eastern time every Sunday, except the last, because I do a wellness class at my childhood church on the last Sunday. They be so happy. They be like, oh, they just be basking in the knowledge. They be like, oh, really? And really? But so that's every last Sunday. But every other Sunday, I am here vibing with y'all, and I give thanks. It feeds my soul just as much as it feeds you all, and I pray that we leave full, 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 full. So share this, and if you're watching this on YouTube and this resonated with you, um, you can share this link too. Share this YouTube link and let them know that they can tune in as well. So I really appreciate love you joining. If you'd like to bless the ministry, you may financially bless us at the same link that you tuned in. There's a little links below the link where you can give a love offering, or you can bless us in a spiritual way by always keeping us in your prayers. And when I say us, I mean OU Ministries is myself, you, and the members and everyone who's affiliated with OU Ministries. Keep us in the prayers that we will continue to elevate, that we will continue to heal, that we will continue to be a light, and that our light will continue to grow and touch so many souls. That is my vision. That's my desire. We already are a global ministry. We have members all around the world. But of course, I'm always praying that our light can continue to just ripple effect. This same light that you feel can touch your family, touch your communities. That's my desire for OU Ministries. So thank you in advance for your financial and spiritual support. Both are absolutely needed as we continue to grow. So give thanks for that.